Hey everyone, how's it going today? And welcome back to another update. So President Joe Biden has now officially come out to speak and announce and share that the really relative breaking news is that he is now officially ready to sign and approve the fourth stimulus package, and he has even given a specific date that he will now do this Monday. So the really big breaking news to it is that it looks like he has now officially set a date, and it goes on even more than that, because on that specific date, what's going to be happening is that he's essentially going to be hosting a ceremony slash party, but essentially a celebration along with several politicians, where he is now going to sit down and sign this fourth stimulus package in front of pretty much a massive crowd, in front of everybody. And because at the end of the day, I think what's significant about this is that since he has already not only plotted a specific date, because keep in mind, for the last several months, I think it's very fair to say they will sometimes announce a date and then push the date forward. But I think the big idea is that because he has now actually officially announced the date, but also actually arranged a physical ceremony in an actual event, it looks like at this point, unless something particularly happens, which is actually a very possible thing, it's pretty much going to now officially happen on that specific date. Now, there are obviously a lot of very mixed opinions about this package. Feel free to comment down if you guys have any particular personal thoughts. I know that there are some people, again, that love this package, and there's some people that don't really like this package, and there's some people that actually find this actually really great news, because even though there may not be something that they're interested in this particular package, it does mean is that now they can eventually now move forward to negotiate the social programs, which is the part that I think most of us actually genuinely really care about. So in today's update is I really just want to talk about all of the stuff that's going to be happening, what to prepare for next week, what's actually going to be physically inside of this package, so we can really break it down into details and all of the good stuff. So we're gonna get started, but as always, real fast, the same exact drill as always to it. Remember to smash the like button. In light of, if you guys enjoy videos like this, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for videos similar to this. And as always, feel free to comment any personal questions, thoughts, maybe your particular predictions, or just thoughts about this package, or really about anything at all. So with that being said, let's get this video started. Now, before we talk about the fourth stimulus package, just a very quick insert, but in yesterday's video, I did make a video where I talked a little bit about job hunting techniques. There's technically now 2 videos that talk about the job search, but essentially the idea is that if by any chance you happen to be unemployed and you're looking for any kind of tips or tricks to be able to maybe improve your chances of not just finding a job, but an actual really great quality job, highly recommend checking that video out, which I'll put it at the very end screen. So now on to the actual fourth stimulus package. So as just mentioned, is that the big breaking news is that this package will now officially be signed on Monday. It has been announced. This specific package is going to be priced at about $1 trillion, and at this current time, there's now technically actually many names that they've officially given to this package. Some people, and you might have heard a lot of terminology being thrown around, so maybe to finally officially clarify is that this package has many different names. Some are calling it the fourth infrastructure bill. Some are calling it the fourth physical infrastructure bill. Some are calling it the bipartisan bill. Some are calling it the fourth stimulus package. But now there's an actual physical name for this package. And this package is going to be called the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. So if you've been hearing a lot of different terms, then the big thing to really take away is that all of these packages are pretty much the same. It's just one bill with just many different names depending on what you pretty much want to call it. Now, in terms of what's actually physically inside of this package, this should hopefully summarize what the breakdown of this $1 trillion or how it's going to be allocated. Essentially, as a very quick rundown, I'll read it through just really quickly, but they're pretty much going to be dedicating $550 billion to transportation, utilities, and broadband. So that's, you know, everything related to like public transportation, roads, all that kind of stuff. $110 billion is going to be dedicated to roads, bridges, a lot of just new major projects that they're hoping to have plans to create soon. $66 billion for passenger and rail, $39 billion for public transportation, $65 billion for broadband access, $55 billion for water systems, so things like replacing pipes. And interestingly, the last thing that they're hoping to insert is that there's pretty much going to now be a new policy related to taxes for cryptocurrencies. So if you happen to invest in Bitcoin, then this is going to potentially be something that that will potentially apply to you in terms of something that's going to be changed up. But the big goal, aside from all of the individual stuff that's directly written inside of the package, that they're really trying to also do is that they essentially want to use a lot of these programs to potentially try to create jobs, especially for a lot of labor unions, to kind of expand to deal with a lot of the unemployment situation that's currently happening. Obviously, there's a lot of mixed opinions. Some people, do believe that because of a lot of things related to like safety, the pandemic, and childcare, I think it would be a lot nicer if they just physically extended the unemployment benefits extension PUA/PUC program. However, there's a lot of people that maybe actually will enjoy this because it does mean that they are going to be creating jobs. If you happen to be in that industry or maybe have some interest in working in the industries that this is going to potentially change, they are also hoping that by improving a lot of the transportation, that it's going to hopefully help the supply chain, maybe help inflation as well, because again, this relates to how things, so not just us in our daily life, but also a lot of things such as like shipping, essentially anything in our country that involves physical movement. That's really the biggest goal that they're really hoping from here. Now, in terms of what this actually physically means for the social programs that we probably care the most about, is that the big great news is that regardless now of personal opinion about this particular package, now that they've basically or will be approving very, very soon, again, there's an announced date, or may have even already happened by the time you're watching this if you're watching in the future, they will be able to now focus moving on in order to talk a lot more about the social programs. So this is specifically about the bigger package that's priced right now at I believe about $1.75 trillion. So definitely a lot bigger than the package that was basically recently or just about to approve. The only big thing about this package, and I guess this is relatively the brand new information to kind of put out there, is that there is a lot of uncertainty with how much or how they think that they're going to potentially be able to approve this the social package that they're going to be working on afterwards. Because the story right now is that this package that they're about to approve, what made it a little bit special is that it was also technically a bipartisan package, which is the reason why they were able to have both Republicans and Democrats vote on it. I did make a video already, I believe, that talks a little bit about like what went on in the voting side of things, so definitely check that out. I'll put that at the very, very end screen if you guys are interested in hearing the background story. But the biggest difference is that because this new package that they're going to be negotiating about is actually not a bipartisan package, and it's something based off of reconciliation, it does mean is that there's going to be several things that they actually have to work out that might make it a little bit more difficult. The first part has to do with the budget. Because they are going to be using reconciliation, it does mean that they also have to spend a lot more time organizing the actual financial and the budget side to what they can actually physically do, or how much they have to actually be able to work with and spend. The second part is that because this is also not going to be a bipartisan bill now, it does mean that they will also have to gain the support, as most of you guys probably know, of pretty much every single Democrat inside of the Senate and pretty much most of the Democrats inside of the House. They have a room, to basically give up if there's like a couple House representatives that don't want to vote on it. But essentially the idea is that it's going to be a package where they really have to come together to have unity. And it's really because of that reason right now, they did end up announcing that they hope to try to make a lot of progress when they come back from vacation next week. However, because at this current time, there is just so much uncertainty and things that they have to work on. We really just don't know what's actually going to physically play out, but at least we have some background information about what to physically expect. So really beyond this is that that's what I really just wanted to share in today's update. So hopefully you guys found that relatively insightful. If you guys did and haven't done so, consider smashing the like button, subscribing, hitting the bell for similar videos like this. And as always, feel free to comment any questions, personal thoughts, predictions, or honestly just really anything at all. If you are watching this on release date, happy Friday and have a really great weekend. And also happy Veterans Day or Veterans Day week. Hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much again.